Welcome to CGTN. We are live in Hangzhou City, the host city of 19th Asian Games. I'm Yang Shimeng.
I'm Brandon Yates.
And we are here today to take you on a city walk tour live into this magnificent city. We'll start right here along the river. This is our mother river, Qiantang River. And then we'll delve into streets and alleys, into their culture, their history, their development of the city.
Absolutely. Beautiful so far. I mean, I can see why Hangzhou is called the paradise of Earth. It really is a beautiful city.
Exactly.
The river on the right-hand side of us, walking down this promenade, it's been an amazing experience so far.
I mean, we are supposed to have a splendid view here, but you know, it's a bit cloudy, it's a bit drizzling here right now.
It's a bit clouded, but I think it's still pretty splendid. We can't exactly see everything, but we definitely get an idea of how scenic Hangzhou really can be on its best day, because even on an average day, it still is spectacular.
Yeah, just over there, what you are seeing now is the main stadium of the Asian Games.
Yes,
we call
the
it
big lotus.
The big lotus. It looks like a lotus from outside.
It really does.
Yeah.
And I believe it has a retractable roof, or that might be the small lotus.
Small lotus. We can't see it from here because of the weather, but we'll have a better look of the small lotus as well as the big lotus when we walk across the river. Yeah, we're going to have a marathon city walk tour here, from here to that side of the river.
It doesn't feel like a marathon at all, though. It feels like a lovely casual stroll, and I'm so distracted by the scenic beauty, I could walk for miles and miles and miles.
This paveway is actually so nice for you to walk along. I would love it, because usually I'm based in Beijing, and this is my second time in Hangzhou. I know this is your first time in Hangzhou, right?
Yeah, first time in China. I've only been in China for about 3 months now, also based in Beijing. And there's definitely some differences in Hangzhou. First of all, the river running through the middle. And this promenade actually, funny enough, reminds me a little bit about my home. I'm from Cape Town, and there is a very famous promenade in Sea Point called Sea Point Promenade, and it runs along the ocean side. So while this does run along the side of a river, it is a pretty similar experience, and it's definitely something that people enjoy as a leisure activity, and we're enjoying it together today. Yeah,
exactly. You are from Cape Town, South Africa.
Yes.
So what is your first impression of China and of Hangzhou specifically?
Scale. So China is just a much bigger country. There's a lot more infrastructure, more buildings, and everything is just seemingly large. There just seems to be an endless hustle and bustle of people, a lot of energy, a lot of people doing work, you know, getting to and from places. There's definitely a really strong energy that you can feel in multiple cities. I suppose Hangzhou is a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more casual. Beijing's a bit more hustle and bustle, and people are really determined to get to and from places. But I would say that's my first impression, is that it's just a really grand, massive, you know, piece of a larger scale.
Yeah. And for me, exactly what you said. The living pace is so much faster in Beijing, and here the vibe is just so chill. I love it here. And also, you know, my first impression when I stepped out of the airplane, it's the greenery. The greenery is everywhere. They're doing a really good job in, you know, plantations and green development. So what we are seeing here, you see the 19th Asian Games, Heart to Heart at Future. They really built these Asian Games theme, these Asian Games elements into everywhere into the city. I think this is a hub of the new city. We can actually go in and take a visit.
Why not?
Here, automatic door. Look right if you want to open door. Oh, that's smart. 我们可以参观一下吗?
Hi.
Okay. Look. So this is.
So you've got some information booklets over here.
So the door just closed in front of our cameraman. Come on in. This is. Let's check it out here. Asian Games Volunteer Station.
Okay.
Well, the Asian Games is going to kick off tomorrow. The opening ceremony will start tomorrow. So I guess from tomorrow, this will be a pretty busy station.
Yeah. We've got some of the Asian Games characters over here as well.
Yeah. Take a closer look.
Yeah.
We have the mascots here. Yeah. So these are the 3 mascots of the Asian Games. Their names are. Do you know the names?
I know Lian,
yeah.
And then, forgive me for my pronunciation.
That's a perfect one.
Cong. And there's one more. I'm forgetting the last one. Qiantang. Right.
Yeah, the upper top one is Lianlian, and the middle one is Congcong in yellow, and then that is Qiantang.
Adorable.
Yeah, because Lianlian actually means lotus. See the decoration on his head?
Right, right.
Yeah, lotus.
Similar to the stadium, I guess.
Yeah. So there are so many books introducing, the culture of Hangzhou, the culture of Zhejiang.
I guess these are all informational booklets about Hangzhou and I suppose the culture and the history, that kind of thing.
Right.
I mean, they are in Chinese, so I'm just speculating right now.
Also history.
Yeah.
And 论语 by Confucius. Also, take a look, 财报, financial reporting.
Okay.
I think this is really interesting because
it gives you an insight into the kind of business that happens in Hangzhou, right?
Yeah, there's a reason why Hangzhou is such a wealthy city.
That's one thing we've also noticed is, Hangzhou is definitely a very wealthy city. There's skyscrapers everywhere, and people seem to be doing really well here in various business formats.
Exactly, and there's a picture wall here.
Yeah.
We can take a closer look.
There's some of the volunteers, I believe, maybe?
Yeah, volunteers.
Maybe some cultural music playing over here.
Oh, this is the traditional culture, performed by, I think, minority people here in China.
I think there's actually a photograph of the bay. Yeah, there's a photograph of, I don't think we can move this, but there's a photo of what it looks like on a clear day.
Yeah.
So I suppose this is what the picturesque Hangzhou looks like on a perfect day.
The scenery is perfect. I arrived in Hangzhou for 4 days. The first day and second day, the view is amazing.
So I guess I brought the bad weather with me. I'm sorry about that.
Here you can take a look at the Golden Globe.
Yes, that was definitely something that we noticed, right? One of the standout buildings. I believe it's a 5-star hotel.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And it's also it's also where the G20 in 2016 was held.
Right.
Yeah, I think we can actually have a better look at the Golden Globe just outside. I think it's on this side of the street.
You've got to press
here,
the
exit button. Press it.
There you go.
Oh, I love it how they prepare so many books for residents to just have a rest during their walk.
Yeah, I think it's a nice place to take a break on your walk.
Hub.
Yeah, and get to know about the city a little bit.
Yeah.
Always good to get some reading in.
The Golden Globe should be somewhere in that direction. When we walk further, we can take a look.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see it at some point. But right now, I'm just so distracted by this view across the river. It really is spectacular.
Yeah, there are. I read it somewhere. There are 3 bridges in total across the river. This is a major river. The river is so.
I mean, besides the obvious factors that we've already kind of discussed, what do you think are other elements that make Hangzhou unique?
Hangzhou, as we said, Hangzhou is one of the wealthiest cities in Chinese mainland. Do you know the GDP in Hangzhou just last year, talking about 2022, is 1.8 trillion yuan.
Crazy.
That's about 280 billion US dollars.
I wouldn't mind a bit of that in my back pocket.
Yeah, and also Hangzhou is also a hub for the economic and the e-commerce here in Chinese mainland.
Yeah.
And it has also prepared a lot for the Asian Games.
Yeah, I mean, around every street corner there's an Asian Games poster or an Asian Games caricature.
Yeah.
So they definitely, it seems like the city is really on board and really excited about the beginning of the Games.
Yeah. And also it's rated as the best commercial city in Chinese mainland multiple times.
Yeah, I can see why. I mean, it really is spectacular. And clearly, by all the skyscrapers, they're doing really well for themselves.
It's also a major city, for scientific and technology here in China. Do you know Alibaba Group?
Yes.
It's based in Hangzhou.
Right, and Alipay is linked to Alibaba, right?
Right, exactly.
So Alibaba is definitely a very important part of my life.
Talk about convenience.
Yes.
How do you think, the electronic pay is helping you in your daily life here in China?
I think what's unique about electronic payments in China is that it seems to be linked to multiple forms of payments. So it's got to do with day-to-day expenses, monthly expenses, and that's something that I also wasn't used to when I arrived in China. I think Where I'm from, we're a little bit more old school. You know, we still use credit cards, debit cards, cash, that kind of thing. But it seems like everything is, you know, done through a mobile app in China, which is definitely convenient. It's something that you kind of need to get used to if you're not from China. But I think once you get to grips with it and get used to it and you see how beneficial it can be, it definitely is a convenience.
Right, because I met some, you know, journalists, reporters, and also athletes who just recently came to Hangzhou, came to China. I met them at the airport and also at the Asian Games Village.
Right.
They told me, like, their first culture shock is that you don't have to bring your wallet, you don't have to bring your credit card. You can just use your phone to go everywhere.
Yeah.
Like to take the subway, you scan your phone, like to pay, to buy a bottle of water over there with your phone. We can take a look. There's a vending machine here. You don't need to swipe your credit card. You just scan the QR code on your phone and then
and I definitely think it's a culture shock initially, but like I said, once you get used to it and you realize how, you know, convenient it can make your life, it really is an amazing app to have.
And you just can't go back.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I can't even imagine, you know, whipping out a debit card anymore or going back to that old school form of payment. I love using my mobile apps.
Yeah, and like we said, gaming, different sports elements are built into everywhere, every corner of Hangzhou. We can see there are so many, you know, icons of different sports.
Yeah. Some that I'm looking forward to. Definitely badminton, football, a bit of basketball, tennis. I'm definitely looking forward to watching Zhang Qinwen hopefully continue her great 2023 season. So yeah, there's definitely plenty to look forward to in terms of the actual sporting action as well.
I'm looking forward to this one actually.
The gymnastics.
Yes.
I really appreciate it. I don't understand it that much myself. I don't know much about the rules and the techniques. But when you actually see these individuals and teams performing together, you see how much work and dedication goes into it. And it really is beautiful to watch. And I think it's also something that China has done really well in over the years, along with badminton, table tennis, swimming, tennis, a variety of sports. And of course, the football team is doing really well at the moment. They just won 4-0 last night against Myanmar. That was great to watch.
Right. And also, I think the two most anticipated sports are the gaming.
Right, esports.
Yeah, esports, and also the breaking dance.
Esports is an interesting one. You know, on my podcast, Sideline Story, which we do on CGTN radio, we had a theme where we spoke about esports and we debated whether it's actually a sport or not. And there's various forms of thoughts on this. I guess some people see it as not so much as a sport because it doesn't require that much physical activity. But then the other argument of that is that it requires a lot of practice, mental fortitude.
Exactly.
So there's definitely differing thoughts on esports being a sport. So I think that's going to be a very hot topic throughout the entire Asian Games.
It originated from street culture, right? So like a few years ago, if you're so into esports, you will get blamed for like, why are you playing games every day? Why are you on your phone every day?
There's definitely in the past there's definitely been some negative connotations around it. I guess a lot of people's parents don't want their kids playing games because they figure like, well, you could be spending your time doing something else. And look, I think it is definitely good for kids to have a bit of downtime and play games every now and again. But we've also proven now with esports being a sport at the Asian Games that it could become a full-time profession. Right.
And over there, because there are mobile bookshelves everywhere. Two persons are lending books.
It's a really cool way to spend a day out, you know, whether you're looking across the bay and just enjoying the view, or you can, you know, take a seat on the bench over there and just enjoy some quiet time.
Right. Reading a book on the bench and then enjoying the view.
Lovely way to spend an afternoon.
Right.
And to learn more about Hangzhou, I suppose.
I think there are multiple, there are quite a lot of bookshelves over there.
Yeah, I see another two down there.
Yeah. Maybe we can go to that bookshelf and check it out.
And there's another bridge too that we were discussing earlier. I think you said there were three,
in
right?
total. Yeah. So that's the second one. And also, that is actually another landmark of Hangzhou.
I love that building.
The U-shaped building. It's called Hangzhou Gate.
It's really cool. I'm not exactly sure what goes on in that building, but aesthetically, it's really, really beautiful.
Yeah. So later, when we arrive on to the other side of the river, we'll have a closer look at that building.
Absolutely. And this is a great vantage point to see the U-shaped building, the big lotus, and I believe that stadium on the left there is the aquatics center, I think.
And also that is the swimming center. It looks like a butterfly from above.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it got two wings.
Yeah. I love the fact that they set up the stadiums around, well, of course, across from the bay, where you can have beautiful views of it when you're across the river. But it's also very close to one of, like the iconic landmarks, like you said, the U-shaped building.
Yeah.
So just from our vantage point right now, you can really see a lot of iconic Hangzhou buildings.
Yeah, and also during the night, it will be more beautiful because they are, they have a night light show here every day here in Hangzhou.
That was probably my most memorable experience from my first night in Hangzhou. We were sitting, myself and my colleague were sitting in our hotel room last night, and we were looking across the river, and then all of a sudden all of the buildings started to light up with that light display, and we didn't know it was going to happen.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be a great surprise for anybody that arrives in Hangzhou that hasn't been here before.
And this paveway, this walkway will be so crowded with people.
Yeah.
I was here on second night after I arrived in Hangzhou.
Right.
There are so many people, taking videos, filming about the light show, and there are laser lights up on the sky. It's really amazing.
Yeah. So I guess besides, the scenic elements of Hangzhou, and, we've also discussed what makes Hangzhou a successful and thriving city. Are there any other unique elements about Hangzhou that maybe make it the ideal setting for the Asian Games? Like, in your opinion, why do you think Hangzhou was one of the selected cities?
Yeah, that's a really good question, because Hangzhou in China, it doesn't sound like a big city like Beijing and Shanghai, but like you said, when you arrive here...
I guess it's lesser known internationally, right?
Yes,
like Chinese people all know about Hangzhou, but internationals, we only really hear about Beijing and Shanghai.
That's one of the reasons, because Hangzhou is like the new center, new hub for economic development, for e-commerce. So it already has the development, it needs the global exposure. So
it's a wonderful opportunity for Hangzhou itself, right?
Right. And also the reason why it is chosen is also because, like you just saw, there are already a great number of existing stadiums. So because Asian Games has even more sports than the Olympic Games, it needs a lot of stadiums and venues. So this way Hangzhou doesn't need to build more. It just needs to build some new venues, stadiums.
And I think that also touches on the sustainability element of the Hangzhou Asian Games. I think one of the key elements of the Games is going to be the sustainability. So I think once the Games are finished, for example, the Athletes Village, the Media Village, the Media Center, and all of the stadiums will be used on a continuous basis. Not necessarily for what they are currently being used for, but they might be reused for different reasons in the future.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think just going forward, sustainability, not just for this Asian Games, but for all sporting events, is going to be a critical element.
I really like that, the vibe of green development and low carbon living is so ingrained into everyone's mindset in the Asian Games village. And also...
And in China in general, right? China's definitely leading the way in terms of creating, a green planet.
Yeah. And also, the transportation is an also advantage here in Hangzhou. The airport, the train station, the capacity.
The subway is new though, right? It hasn't been around for that long. Was it built specifically once the Asian Games were awarded to Hangzhou? I think?
One volunteer told me, a volunteer from a local Hangzhou people, she told me that because Hangzhou was elected to host the Asian Games in 2015, and there are more subway lines built after 2015 for this Hangzhou Games.
Right.
So, yeah.
So it seems like the infrastructure that's being built for the Asian Games will also benefit people in the city going forward.
Right. There are a lot of preparations being made. And also, I heard that citizens are given, plant seeds to build everywhere, like in their balcony, in their mailbox or milk box, just to make this city greener.
Right. I love that.
Yeah. I think we have another colleague waiting to take our live stream from the next spot.
Perfect. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Let's see what she has.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you, Shimon. Thank you, Brendan, for touring us along the Qiantang River in the Zhejiang New Town district. I mean, I'm so jealous of you two. You know, it's a perfect combination of the modern skyscrapers and the natural river landscapes. But we know Hangzhou is a city not only known for its natural beauty, but it's also one of the most powerful tech-savvy cities in China. So I've come all the way to the town of Internet of Things, or say town of IoT. This place, in a word, it's a high-tech town, comprises of a group of digital economy enterprises and high-tech companies, as you can see along the street. For those local residents in Hangzhou and those working in the high-tech industries, this place is very familiar with them, because this street, the street we're going to walking along, actually is a street of value. It's the most valuable street in Hangzhou. Why? I guess you must asking why. Because there are a total of 13 listed companies along the street. Like Geely, Hikvision, and many high-tech companies and digital economy enterprises. So today I'm going to walk along the street to give you a tour guide to feel the innovative tech vibe of the town of IoT. And over here, we can see an overall map of the town, IoT town. It's pretty big space. So as recommended, there are two tour routes. The first one focuses on digital economy. As I said, this place is full of high-tech companies, so you can experience like all the high-tech, the electric sports car, and all the fancy things. And the second route focuses on the cultural attractions. So over there, you can have a coffee chat with your friends, or go to the riverside to have a city walk, or go to the Cultural Exchange Center to experience the culture of Hangzhou, the city. And along the street, we can see a lot of shared bicycles. Hangzhou is one of the most pioneering cities putting the shared bicycles into the public. I mean, it's pretty convenient. You know, you just need to, let's take this one as example. You just need to scan the QR code and open your application on your phone, and you can ride the bike at a very low fee. So nowadays, those shared bicycles have become the easiest and the most useful way for people to go out. So from my own experience, this is the third time I came to Hangzhou. But different from the previous experiences, this time I came here to work, to covering the upcoming 19th Asian Games, which is scheduled, the opening ceremony is scheduled on tomorrow. So stay tuned with CGTN. We are going to provide a lot of stories and unseen information about the Asian Games. And back to the IoT. And back to the IoT. So sometimes we consider the Internet of Things, it's a huge concept that far away from our normal life. But actually, IoT is just close to our living life. Just take an example, just like the street lights we see. So in Hangzhou, in the city, all the street lights and the traffic lights are equipped with a smart IoT system. So all the lights can be adjust their brightness based on all the brightness can be based on the real-time weather condition. And along the street, we can see a lot of shared bicycles and also the electric motorcycle. I mean, it's one of the most common way for people to going out. And I'm really interesting to see that a lot of helmets just left here. I mean, it's a strong evidence that Hangzhou is a pretty safe city. Sorry. The drivers, they don't worry about their helmets being stolen or taken away because the city is equipped with a smart IoT system that equipped with a lot of cameras and sensors. So it's pretty safe to live in the city. So the ton of IoT, as I said, has several big companies, high-tech enterprises. So there are a lot of working stuff over here. So the place provides a lot of entertainment places like the coffee shop, cinema, massage rooms, that making the working staff here, making the employees living a comfortable life while hardworking. And over there, we can see there are two metro lines nearby, the line 1 and line 2, and you can take on the line 6 directly to the main venue for the 19th Asian Games. So it's really convenient. Since today is the third day I arrived in Hangzhou, I have to admit that all the public transportation is pretty cool. As a media staff covering the 19th Asian Games, I got a very magical card which provides all the subway tickets, railway train tickets, and bus tickets for free. So yesterday, I went to have an experience with my director. I mean, whenever you go, there will be a very huge display that shows on the real-time information, like when the next bus will be at, and how many minutes are you going to wait. So everything is powered by the IoT, the smart system. And I've heard that the Hangzhou smart buses are equipped with the real-time information displays and contactless payment options, making our commute to breeze and convenient. Okay, let's go forward. Let's go forward. And another thing that I really want to mention is that in Hangzhou, parking is not a big question. You know, like in Beijing, Shanghai, the big modern city, parking is very hard. But here in Hangzhou, because all the parking lot system is equipped with the real-time IoT system, so you can park your car whenever you are, and it's pretty convenient. So IoT is not a big concept. It actually provides people life more convenient and efficient. And for our CGTN viewers, feel free to comment below and leave any messages. I'm happy to see your feedback. We're live streaming on CGTN, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Weibo, and WeChat. So feel free to message us. I'm so looking forward to your message. If you have anything you're curious about the city or the upcoming Asian Games, message us. High-tech sometimes sounds like a thing, a word far away from us, but actually it's just very closest to our life, or it has been immersed in our daily life. And one thing I want to share with you was yesterday I went to a shopping mall and played table tennis with the world champion Xu Xin. Wow, that's amazing. I mean, it's not the real Xu Xin, it's Xu Xin's AI avatar. So, I mean, the Hangzhou city has embracing the high technology to enhance our connection, people's connection to sports. I think this is a very good way to make people living a more healthy life, more convenient life, and more sustainable life. Since now is the working hours, there are not a lot of pedestrians on the street, but during the break hours, there are a lot of employees. They're heading out to grab a lunch, grab a dinner, or make a coffee chat with their employees to get the layback time during their hardworking job. And one thing impressed me most is Hangzhou doesn't have a lot of traffic jam. You know, because in the big cities like Beijing and Shanghai, traffic problem is pretty huge. Because the city has installed an extensive network of sensors and cameras that monitor traffic flow in real time, helping to reduce the congestions and improve transportation efficiency. We can see a lot of cars are electric cars. And over here, there's a map of the ton of IoT, ton of Internet of Things. So as you can see, there are many huge high-tech companies in digital economy and presses, and a lot of experience centers for tourists coming to have a fresh experience. Look how convenient it is. Well, this is a tour guide in the town of IoT, Internet of Things. I hope you get a new understanding of the Internet of Things, about the concept and how it implies in our living life. I mean, the city, the whole Hangzhou city is embracing the IoT to provide a more sustainable, a more efficient, a more convenient life for residents. So now,
对，结束了，结了。
And quickly guess where I'm at right now by looking the beautiful views behind me. Am I at a park or some scenario place? No, actually, this is just a random bridge in Hangzhou city. From there, we can see that even like the rain just stopped, even it's cloudy today, we can still see the beautiful green view in Hangzhou. It's just a random stage. River, trees, with the forest coverage for more than 60% in this city, you can definitely see the eco-friendly environment in Hangzhou for Asian Games. It's actually my second time visiting Hangzhou. Last time I visited here, that was about 15 years ago when I was still in elementary school. Well, the development of the city has greatly changed in the decades. As we can see, the new building of the stadium for the swimming pool, and behind our camera later we can show you from another angle about the new building, the business district. Today we were coming right here. Actually, Hangzhou is like a city of innovation and vitality. Showcases our remarkable blend of academic excellence and thriving cross-border e-commerce. With the esteemed institution like Zhejiang University, it serves as a hub for knowledge and research. Furthermore, the city's cross-border e-commerce, as we just seen before from Jinhui, the city's cross-border e-commerce zone has played a pivotal role in its prosperity, attracting numerous opportunities and also driving economic growth. Giving a brief view of the buildings I just talked about, this is a corner of the Boao Road that you can see how the buildings was like thriving and prosperity in our camera.
And notably, Hangzhou has consistently held the top position among all cities in the country for 20 consecutive years in terms of the number of top 500 private enterprises. Aside from its dynamic ventures, Hangzhou is renowned for its commitment to ecological civilization and its breathtaking natural beauty, boasting an impressive forest coverage. As I just said before, a rate of more than 60%. It secures the first position among sub-provincial cities in the country. This emphasis on preserving nature has contributed to a harmonious and a sustainable environment. Additionally, Hangzhou has earned the honorable title of the happiest city in China for 16 years. Right now, I'm in the happiest city in China, which has been titled for 16 years. And it's provide the residents with a fulfilled and a contented lifestyle. As we walk on this road of the Torch Rally, which is just practiced several days ago, let us immerse ourselves in the unique experience of living in Hangzhou, where innovation, natural splendor, and happiness converge. Okay, I think we are just passing by the Hangzhou International Sports Stadium. This is Hangzhou Olympic Sports Center. Later, let us camera to show the stadium of one of the main Olympic Sports Center cluster. We're outside of the bench. Maybe we can zoom in through one of the space and to show you guys about here. Like when it's open, like audience with tickets, and you can definitely visit here. Actually, this place has two parts. That one, we just saw that one is for swimming, which is my favorite. And also the other one, that one over there is the indoor stadium, which hosting competitions like basketball, volleyball, indoor soccer, handball, boxing, martial arts, etc. Yeah, this is the name of the stadium. And this is the entrance for the audience. And after September 24th, you can definitely enter in this place for watching basketball games of the Hangzhou Asian Games. Okay, stay here for a while. If you look at the building of the stadium, no matter search a picture or we try to capture it in the camera, it looks like a big butterfly with two parts. The two parts of its wings is like a butterfly. That part, am I in there? That part is for the swimming pool, and that part is for the indoor activities like basketball, handball, boxing, martial arts, 3-person indoor football, etc. Nowadays, like even it's not officially started yet, on this road we can see there's some pedestrians that are trying to take photos through the fence. Oh, let's see the mascot over there. Let's see from that fence. I think over there we can see it. Right here. Okay, the 3 mascots. I have a question for the audience that are watching this, our CGTN lives. What are their names? Actually, I would throw out the questions to a lot of media workers, and everyone are familiar with it right now already. And let me briefly introduce what are the names of it. Like the one yellow in the middle, that's called Congcong, which is coming from the Asian Liangzhu culture. It's like the culture relics, Congcong. And the blue one on the left, that is Chen Chen. And the green one on the right over there, it's Lian Lian. You can see like the cap over there, like the octus flower. Okay, actually, the Asian Games have showcased Hangzhou's exceptional capability and unwavering confidence in holding large-scale international events. Whether it involves building new venues or renovating existing ones, Hangzhou has demonstrated its adeptness in creating world-class facilities. the hosting of Asian Games and active participation of its residents, definitely in watching or supporting games had become an integral part of Hangzhou lifestyle. So people may want to ask, for these new buildings, venues, what do they do after the Asian Games? If you guys ever remember Beijing Olympic Games, the legacy after Beijing Olympics, all these venues are contributed to the local community for the future lifestyle, such as sports, entertainment show like concert, and also can holding other large-scale international events. So like these venues will continue to serve the local community on the daily basis, and also enriching the lives of its residents, much like the legacy of Beijing Olympics. Recalling the Beijing Olympics, all the stadium, the National Stadium, and also the swimming pool that are all open to public, and to holding concerts, competitions, and also for us to do the daily exercise like swimming in the swimming pool. The hotel for the Beijing Olympics, that's the only 7-star hotel that in China, with the luxury buildings and supplies and also the service. Okay, zoom in about another stadium over there. Oh my God, the rain just like starts to rain again. This is just like the weather in Hangzhou recently. Like we thought it's gonna be really hot. Actually, it is really hot in the first beginning several days before Asian Games, and now it's like raining. Before I started to do the live streaming, it's like stopped already, but now it's like, okay, it's rain again. It looks like a CBD area in Beijing, right? And I believe that when the weather is getting better, when it's a sunny day, you can definitely see the more beautiful view in Hangzhou regarding the high forest coverage of more than 60% of the greenage, and also like the really fancy buildings behind me, just like the urban settings. When it's sunny, like it's really good to take even to take a photos, on the street like this. Oh. This is the second half where I talk about another half of the butterfly, another wing of the butterfly, if you guys can see from here. This is the place to host basketball competition. Okay, besides the building the venues, China also prepared a complete range of eco-friendly sports venues for the 19th Asian Games. Hangzhou Asian Games aim to achieve the goal to fully using green electricity as a regular power supply for all the competition venues. The concept of green, low carbon, and sustainability is at the core of Hangzhou Asian Games that has been integrated across all aspects of the games. Including one of the co-host cities, Huzhou, which is in the north part of China, East Zhejiang province. Like Hangzhou, also Huzhou, they're all doing the eco-friendly, all the green, low-carbon, sustainability environment for all the game settings. According to the organizers, like the concept of zero-waste Asian Games will be participating in all the process for all the areas and links during and also after the games. Villagers like us, media workers, and also for the work staff, technology workers, and also for players, we can participate in low-carbon actions through the intelligent digital platform, Online Asian Games Village, to support the Green Asian Games. What we're watching right now is like the tall building. If you go up, show the audience like how tall the buildings are. It's just a regular building on the street. To be honest, like I'm from Beijing, I feel like the buildings here and also the urban settings, it's like more fancy than what I've seen in Beijing. I thought this is like CBD area, Central Business District, but actually just like a random street over here. Also, the electricity provider also set up a system that tracks electricity, gas, and heat usage of area and calculate their carbon emission. Meanwhile, like green renewable energies such as solar and wind power from northwest China's Qinghai province, Xinjiang Uyghur and Autonomous region, and North China's Inner Mongolia Autonomous region are transferred to the area and to offset carbon emissions. In fact, Huzhou, the entire city of Huzhou, which I just mentioned, the north part of China, East China's Zhejiang province, another place to host some sports of the Asian Games, has experienced a digital transformation for green transition. The city also launched an evaluation system that reviews its low emission lifestyle, which comes with an index each year. And the system actually has been introduced for 3 years. So it's not like specially designed for Asian Games. It's already adapted in the lifestyle for people, residents living in Zhejiang province. Oh, I think we are across the road. And I'm gonna show you the transportation here for Asian Games is extremely convenient. Now they have each stations that are right next to the stadium that you can go to transfer among different stadiums for different sports. Like over here, as we just walk, like right here is the Expo station. So don't worry, like when you come and visit Hangzhou, definitely try the public transportation. If you're familiar, like if you're not familiar with speaking Chinese, and English can totally help you to survive and to live a good life in Hangzhou. It's like more like an established international basis. Okay. Across the road, we're going to see a really familiar building if some of us have been watching us in a G20. The building I will introduce later, it's the expo that we hold G20 Summit in 2016. And after Asian Games, the impact of people's lives in Hangzhou is likely to be multifaceted, and here are some aspects that could be influenced. First is the legacy infrastructure about the stadium we just saw and the newly built and renovated venues, as well as the related infrastructure developed for the Asian Games will continue to serve the local community. And these venues may be repurposed for various purposes, such as for sports training, competitions, cultural events, exhibitions, or recreational activities. They will also provide opportunities to residents to
新盟这边随时可以开始。
Welcome back.
We are on our way. We are nearly at our next location.
Yeah. So we just rushed across the river from the bridge.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Through some of the CBD, we saw some more skyscrapers. Pretty awesome.
Right. So right now we are entering the stadiums of the main stadiums of the Asian Games.
And I think we'll be approaching the CMG base where most of the coverage of the games will be taking place.
Yes, our studios.
Yeah.
I think
which has a lovely overview of both of the stadiums, right?
Right. We are currently on the driveway, almost there. We are about to get off and show you the splendid view of all the stadiums next to us and also our fantastic studio.
Literally the direct opposite view, right? We've just crossed over the river to the other side.
We were right on the other side. Isn't that cool?
Yeah,
and
very quick too.
Right. We just crossed the bridge while my colleagues are taking you to the Internet of Things village and also show how the economy and the e-commerce developed here in Hangzhou. And here we are. Did you see all the Asian Games elements, the flags, and also the Dalianhua, the big Lotus stadiums
here? You can see the city and the people are really geared up and really excited about the games.
Yep. Can we?
Is it time to get off?
Are we there yet?
I think we are.
师傅，我们下车了。好嘞。Okay.
Time to go.
We are here. Well, stay tuned because the next part is amazing.
Let's check it out.
Yeah. Take a look.
So we can see the big and the small Lotus up front now. A lot closer up, and we can also see the U building in a much closer fashion.
Right. Remember just now across the other side of the river, because of the weather, we don't have a very clear view of the stadiums.
And behind us, we can also see the CMG building, which is going to be the base of all of the broadcasting that's going to be happening.
Have you been up there before?
I have, and I think we're going to take a look at it now, where we're going to see the sports scene studio. We're going to see a wonderful overview of the U-shaped building and the big and small Lotus, so it gives you a great panoramic view of all of the main areas of the Asian Games.
I think this is the way, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
it's around the corner here.
Let's go up.
Let's check it out. I guess this is also a good example of the infrastructure, and you can see all of the volunteers that are taking part.
Right.
There really are a lot of people from Hangzhou that are taking part in making the Asian Games a more enjoyable experience for everybody involved. And I must say, everybody that we've met, all of the volunteers, all of the staff, they've been incredibly friendly, incredibly helpful. So everybody that is involved in the Hangzhou Asian Games has been super welcoming, which has been really great to experience.
They are so friendly. Like just in our media village, within the Asian Games village, everybody see you will greet you like good morning, good afternoon,
hand you a bottle of water, show you where the next venue is. Everybody's been incredibly polite. It's been really lovely.
You know, because of the weather, one time I was asking because there's mosquito in my apartment, and then within 5 minutes they had me the spray to my room.
Myself, I went for a run last night, and the second that I stepped back into my hotel room, someone handed me a bottle of water when I was coming through the entrance. So they've been really amazing, and they said to me, "Do you run every day?" And I says, "Yes, I try and run every now and again." They said, "Every time you go for a run, when you're finished, we'll hand you a bottle of water." So the staff have been more than accommodating.
Yeah, talking about hospitality here.
And here we can see the 3 mascots of the Hangzhou Asian Games, along with the CMG logo.
Right. Remember their names? We talked about them earlier.
Lian Lian, Cung Cung,
Cong Cong.
I keep forgetting the last one.
Chen Chen.
Chen Chen, right.
You're shooting that. Well, the middle one
right
here
eventually.
is Cong Cong, and this is Chen Chen.
Right.
This is Chen Chen, and that one's Lian Lian.
The
because
Lotus.
See the Lotus here.
Yes.
On his head.
Right.
Yeah. Why don't we go up?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Yeah, a better view of the stadiums. You know, the opening ceremony is just tomorrow, so basically for the next 20 days, this will be the base of our live stream coverage, all the reports.
Are you looking forward to the opening ceremony?
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
I'm so looking forward. I heard it starts at 8 p.m. tomorrow.
Right.
A splendid view.
I think, you know, it's obviously a really exciting experience, and I think it's something that all Asian Games fans are really going to enjoy. But I can imagine that for the actual event organizers themselves, it must be quite a high-stress situation.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that they've been practicing for months, even years. So I'm sure the final show that we will see tomorrow for the opening ceremony should be spectacular.
Yeah. Here, let's take a look at this side. That is the main stadium. That is where the opening ceremony will take place.
In the Big Lotus, right?
Yes, the Big Lotus. And also, I was reading the comments. From our car when we crossed the river.
Right.
There's a YouTuber, an audience from YouTube asking, will the rain affect the opening ceremony and the gate?
Very good question.
That's a really, really good question. And we actually discussed about it. You know, actually, they have, you know, prevention measures from the stadium.
Yeah.
I think the roof.
It's retractable.
Yes.
I think the small Lotus also has a retractable roof.
Right.
So
that's a small Lotus.
Yeah. So I think if there's any rain for any event or any, you know, extreme weather situations, I think both of the main stadiums, the Big and the Small Lotus, are fully prepared for that.
Yes.
So as far as we know, the weather won't be affecting the opening ceremony or any of the events taking place.
Yeah. And also over there, that is the main media center. You can take a look.
It's where we'll be spending a lot of time, right?
Yes. Actually, I already visited the main media center.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It really is.
There are a lot of, you know, different services provided for the reporters from
and again,
all
the scale of things, right? Everything is just incredibly large, and they're prepared for huge numbers of journalists, athletes. Yeah.
And also, do you know there's even a traditional Chinese medicine venue inside the main media center? Because, you know, traditional Chinese medicine, you know, they will help you, the Chinese way of massage, Chinese Tuina, they will help you relax your muscle. I tried it out yesterday.
I'm feeling a bit tense right now. Maybe I should go and visit them after this live streaming. Yeah, I've got a bit of a sore shoulder.
Yeah, they helped me stretch my neck. I feel so relaxed.
So that's clearly why you're more relaxed than I am. I'm a little bit jealous.
All right, so that is the stadiums. We can see, I think, 3.
Yeah, we can see the aquatic center, we can see the main tennis venue, and we can see the main athletics venue. And of course, like you said, that's where the opening ceremony is going to happen. And I think these are probably going to be the 2 main action areas, or 3 main action areas. We'll see records being broken, we'll see fantastic action, we'll see crowd interaction. So I think these 3 venues that we've been talking about for the last few minutes is where all of the main Asian Games action will be taking place. Yeah, and right here, take a look, that's CMG, that is our studio. This is our hub. Yep. Nobody's using it right now. Let's go up. Yeah, let's take a look at the set. And take a look. See how a little bit of a behind the scenes situation going on right now. So I guess this is where most of the television broadcasting will be taking place. And as you can see, it gives you a wonderful overview of the 3 main stadiums, the Big Lotus, the Small Lotus, and the Aquatic Center. Right, see, from this angle, you have a really, really nice background. And here are our friends again. And their names? I've forgotten. I knew you were going to ask me again. I'll always remember the first 2. So, Cong Cong, Lian, and I keep forgetting the last one. Chen. Which one's Chen again? The blue one, on the left. I'm sorry, Chen. Don't be sad. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. I will remember at the end of the games, I promise you. Hey, Mike. Hi, Mike. Oh, hi. Sorry, I just happened to be in the area. Well, hi there. This is Mike Fox, our colleague from the sports scene. Hello, everyone. I take it's a live stream. Yeah, yes, digital live streaming. I better not swear. All right, hello, everyone. You know, we just came across the river from the other side of the Qiantang River, and then we show different locations of in Hangzhou, and we are giving them a tour of the studio. Can you maybe just give us a brief introduction of where you're going to work? Yeah, sure can. We're going to have hopefully 3 seats, depending on how many. Hold on 1 second. Let me pass you the microphone. Take it off. Looking very funky and messy. I'm yet to wear mine. Super comfy too. Yeah, they are. Okay. Yeah. So this is where I will sit when I'm hosting the program. The anchorman's chair. Absolutely. I love it. It's the same as all the other chairs, I'm sorry to say. Fair enough. And depending on how many guests we have, we might have one here, and we might have one here. Obviously, we have the CGTN logo in a nice little box around here, and just opposite, you can see the 3 lovely cameras. Yeah. And I'll have direction. Which one to stare in. And then the one on the far left, I'll have a lovely little iPad telling me what to say. I was about to say, one thing that's lacking at the moment is a teleprompter, so you will have a script to be able to read. Yeah, I think, to be honest, with a show like this, where it's mainly focused on the guests and what they have to say,
I think you don't necessarily need a full script, just more prompts.
So it's more conversational, right?
It's more conversational, yeah, and then leads into various stories that the guys have been out and about doing. You can see down here I've got an earpiece and a microphone which can let me speak to and hear messages from Beijing as well. So we're well organised, and I can hear everything that I need to hear, give me all sorts of direction.
Any particular sports you're looking forward to? Oh, sorry.
Producer, right?
That's exactly how I speak to the people in Beijing.
Where the earpiece and the producer will give him instructions.
The tools of the trade.
Right.
But to answer your question,
yes,
the cricket.
Of course.
I'm really excited for the cricket. I'm hoping to go watch the final at some point.
Which format is it? Is it T20?
2020. Yeah, 2020.
Did you get the cricket racket?
No, I didn't. I left mine in Beijing, otherwise I might get a game.
Right.
No, I went to, we watched the opening game of the women's, Malaysia against Hong Kong, which is actually a really, really entertaining game. I was surprised by the standard. And I've never seen a proper cricket stadium in China ever.
Yeah, of course.
So I really want to see how they've done it and I checked out the teams from some of the bigger cricketing playing nations like India and Pakistan. They've brought some really good players. I really want to see them, and maybe we can do a couple of stories on it too.
Yeah, and let us know which sports do you most looking forward to.
Yes, please, let us know in the comment section,
Right, Mike just introduced me a little bit about cricket rule back in Beijing, because it's not, most Chinese people are not so familiar with the sports. It's really fun.
My starting point is always that it's kind of similar to baseball a little bit, I suppose.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to look at it. T20 is certainly, but it gets a bit more complicated when you get into the test.
Right.
And the light is on.
Yes, look at the lights if you're sitting here at your peril, because you'll be blinded. Want to see again. Yes, you'll be blinded for about 20 seconds, and then I won't be able to see anyone, let alone the cameras or the teleprompter.
But the bonus is you look way better though with the lighting.
I certainly do. Yes, you can't tell I didn't sleep much last night. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, basically, this is the behind the scene of our studio, and we just showed you how a TV show is made on site. And thank you so much for being with us for the
thanks, Mike.
No, nice to see you guys.
Give me back my microphone.
Oh, absolutely.
You're going to take it away?
I'm sorry. Then everyone can hear what I have to say.
All right, thank you so much for being with us.
See you later, guys.
Cheers, Mike. Cheers.
Thank you, and good luck with your show.
Thank you.
And have with a very nicely background here, the Asian Games is going to kick off tomorrow. Opening ceremony will be at 8 p.m. And me, Brandon, and also Mike, and also many of our colleagues will provide you with.
We'll be bringing you the action.
Yeah, exactly. So stay tuned for more coverage about Asian Games from CGTN, and leave us comments what you want to see about Hangzhou, about Asian Games, about China.
And which sports do you want to watch? What are you looking forward to in terms of the action that's taking place on the fields, on the pitches, in the swimming pool?
Exactly, and we'll get back to you with those topics. And until then, see you next time.
Signing out.